Hello everybody, it is me, Gabriel, and today I am going to be reading your SSO hot takes / opinions. In this video, I will see whether I agree with them or even say if they even belong as hot takes. I'm training my old Yorvik pony Lance, and we're gonna see how many levels we can get him up in this session. Further ado, let's get on with the video and see how I feel about these takes. Before we fully begin, I will link both Reddit pages I'm reading these off of in the description. The first hot take I will be reading is, I have to burp.
That was absolutely disgusting. Anyways,
Clubs are stupid, always needless drama, and it's hard to get someone on to play with you half. What is this person saying? Oh my. I'm also dyslexic, so maybe. Clubs are stupid, always needless drama, and hard to get someone to play with you half the time. In the same breath, I'd love a mode where it's just single player. That does not make a lot of sense to me, but what I get from it is that they think clubs are stupid and basically they rather be able to play on like a private server. I feel like this can be fixed. It's not really, clubs are stupid at times. I do think this could be considered a hot take, but I don't know how to word this. They could be stupid at times, but many people enjoy clubs, so that technically is a hot take. I don't fully agree with this one, as you can hide people, you can hide all players in your settings, along with the drama. You could fix that on your own. I'm not good with this. Why did I do this video? You can always just leave, and you don't have to join a club. I haven't been in that many clubs, so I can't really give my opinion on that. So I don't agree with this opinion. The second hot take I will be reading is from Holstein Heifer. This was a year ago. I hate when a new breed comes out and people nitpick the animations to all hell. The trot looks like it's weird because the leg joint does this. If you freeze the frame and squint really hard, never buying. And you trot how often? I do agree with this. People very much do nitpick. I do this as well with horses. One breed it gives me the ick with their leg is the Andalusians, the Gen 3, not the Gen 3.5. The Gen 3 Andalusians, if you watch them walk, their leg goes so far under them, and it gives me the ick so much. But it's a part of the game, and I own 3 Andalusians, so it does not matter. You can still buy the horse, because guess how often I'm walking? Basically never. So I do agree with this opinion. People do complain about gaits that you don't see often. Like, I understand if it's like the gallop or something, like it's kind of annoying to look at. Like the barband, I think. I don't know. The new hefty horse. I don't like that horse's trot. It looks uncomfortable. And so with the Gotland pony has like the same trot as it. So I do agree with this. People do stare at the most non-important parts, and I can agree with this because I'm one of those people, but you don't see me spouting it all the time. So I do agree with this opinion. The next opinion there is by Blue Onyx. The Gen 3 horses are better than the Gen 3 horses are better than the 1, 1.5, and 2. People need to let go of the old horses and embrace the new. I do agree with this. A lot of us are blinded by nostalgia, and we just like seeing our old horses in the game. As in this video, I am riding an older horse. One of my dream horses is a Gen 2 horse. The Gen 2 paint horse Splash. That is my dream horse. But it's not coming back, and we just have to accept that. Complaining about it isn't going to fix much. As the SOS team has said, they will not be bringing them back. Plus, they will not be getting updates. There's no point in bringing them back, as most of them are going to start getting buggy at some point. So I do agree with this. It's just harder to admit because we miss them so dearly. The next opinion I will be reading is by IBS Floating Cat. Jorvik Frisians are amazing and I love them, including their animations and their mane. I do agree with this. Kind of. They're talking about the other Frisians that are really hefty and overdramatic animations. Those ones. I don't know if they're all called Jorvik Frisians. I don't know. I'm not the smartest. But those ones, I do like them. I own one. I own the white one. And I do like her. Her gaits are very overdramatic, but I do like the horse. I do think they're very overwhelming to some, but I do think they are a nice horse. One thing I really like about them is their jump. I think it's very flexible, and I like that comparing to horses that just like very stiff, like a plank is under them when they jump. Like this horse actually has an arch when it jumps, and I like that. So yes, I do agree with this opinion. I don't think all their animations are amazing. Some of them are a little questionable, but a lot of them are nice. I don't so much agree with the mains. The mains are kind of like a mop flying with them, but it's okay. Another opinion, but I do agree with that. Another opinion is by Skellybone. There's nothing wrong with having two horses in a single it's the same breed in a single generation. Wait, what? Hold on. I'm so confused by this. There's nothing wrong with having two of the same horses in a single generation, even if the people like the current Andalusians. If SSL wants to make another G3 Andalusian because they feel like you can make the horse more realistic or represent the breed, better suit the current animations, the style of the game, there's no reason why they shouldn't, especially. Oh, okay, I get it now. So they think that there's nothing wrong. You just call them the 3.5 because if you look at the actual Andalusians things, it does not say Gen 3.5. It just says Gen 3. I don't really agree with these opinions, this opinion, just because of I think the horses should have their own separate media. They should have their own places, as clearly they are not the same horse. It's very confusing without photo representation going, oh, buy the Gen 3 Andalusian. There's two Gen 3 Andalusians. Which one do you mean? There's one of the older generation that we call Gen 3, the older ones. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Those guys, they are very nice horses, I think. And they've been moved to Marley's, not Marley, well, they're at Marley's now. And their price has been reduced. I think that if they added two different gens of them, it would be much appreciated because they are easier to differentiate. I don't know how to say that word properly. I say that word wrong. So I don't really agree with this. I feel like we should have Gen 3 and Gen 3.5, even though Gen 4 is not confirmed. It should probably happen at some point. Because you can't just you keep having Gen 3 horses. There's always been another gen. A different version of a horse is a different generation of the horse. It's not the same horse. If it's the same body and same coat, that's the same generation. If it's a different one, it's a different horse. They're not the same. They can't. How are you the same thing? Like, if my grandma is in this generation and I'm born in another, we can't be born in the same generation. That doesn't make sense. We're completely different people born in different decades. But that's my take. I do not agree with this. The next take is definitely a hot take. And their hot take is this is equestrian palette, and this is from 2 years ago. Their opinion is a lot of people from SSO would agree, but they should remove all magic horses from the game completely. I wish they would take a more realistic turn to horses while still keeping the storyline. I like the environmental update. What are y'all saying? Oh, that's just their message. Anyways, this is definitely a hot take in my opinion, like 100%. And I don't agree with it personally. My take on this, because I have a similar opinion to this, but it's not as aggressive as theirs, is that magic horses should only be limited time. Like they used to be. But now in places like Golden Hills, the Halloween horses are there. And in Dino Valley, the Christmas horses are there. And in the Marchingast Castle, the dragon horses are there. And even at the medieval camp, there are magic horses all over the game, and I don't like that personally. I like them being limited time. You had to wait a certain amount. You couldn't just see them in your face when you went to places. I liked when you would see people around the map riding them. You're like, how'd you get that horse? Like, oh, it's limited. You have to get it when this event comes. Like, I liked that. Or when the traveling market. Like, I like them not permanently being in the game. I like them being limited. I don't think they should just constantly be in the game. It not ruins, but it takes away from the realism. I'm pretty sure there used to be an old thing, be like, unicorns will never be added to the game. But now we have unicorns, dragons, all these other horses, and it's just not what it used to be. So I kind of agree with this, but it's more of its slight, like, it's, what's it called? It's a respectable disagreement. I agree with them, respect. I disagree with them respectfully because I do agree with them at in some point in their wording, but I don't think they should never be in the game. My next hot take is not my next hot take. The next opinion I will be reading is by Nav from 2 years ago. My unpopular opinion is that people get way too crazy about clubs. Some of these people out here running dressage clubs like it's a sorority. Why do we need applications and interviews and voice calls? I do agree with this at some point, but I don't fully agree with it. Being the thing is, I'm joining a club soon with my friend is creating, and it's voice activated, and you need an application. My application's basically okay though, I'm pretty sure, but I do agree with this at some point. People are really crazy. Like, why are we talking about this like it's a top secret military cult? Like, get out because you breathed too loud in your mic during the call for the move call. Like, that's crazy. People are crazy about clubs. I do get that part. I do agree with that, but I don't think that I do think interviews and stuff and applications are needed, being the fact that younger people try to join and some people want an older club. They want people more of a mature group. And maybe if you want some lively and mature people in there, you can let a few, but like you have to have a range of people that you want. Either you want older members in your group or younger members that are still in your age group or just in the middle, but there's a limit on how in the middle, you know? So I do agree with this, but it's kind of it's iffy. It's like the last one. For this next opinion is by an amazing underscore finance 1269. I don't think we need updates every week year round. I'm iffy about this one, but the reply to it helps me feel it out. They said, right, save them up, put that time and energy and money into expanding the map with a main storyline with quality content. And with that, I do agree with that. We get weekly updates year round. We get them every Wednesday, but those are bug fixes and just some random things that we don't really need. If we had more saved up content with actually they had the time to think about what they want to do, I feel like we could get more quality content because our characters have so many plot holes to them, so many story mishaps that don't make sense. So I do agree with that. It does make sense to, instead of updating weekly, we could have more time to get quality updates that the fandom really appreciates and doesn't always criticize. The next opinion is by underscore Willow Paws underscore. I think there should be male character options. I'm not a male myself, but I feel like it would be more including if they added male characters. That's some dumb facial hair that doesn't even look good. I think they need to add. Oh, that's another opinion they had. I do agree with this, kind of. I would like male characters. It would bother me if they were added, but at the same time, it makes me think that we should just get more male options or alternative options, more things to add like realism to our characters. I think that's what should be added, because at the end of the day, the game is promoted as a sisterhood for girls. I don't have a problem with males playing, but that's my opinion. That's kind of a hot take on my side. I don't think we truly need them, but it would be nice to have them. It might offend a lot if we had them, but it wouldn't bother me if we had them. The last hot take I have is that not the last hot take. The last hot take I will be reading is by Will Pause again. I think they need to update the starter horses to give the starters a new place to explore. I feel like that would make a lot of more fun for non-star riders to actually play. I don't know. A lot of people might think this, but meh. I do think non-star riders should have more of a chance to explore the game. You get your star rider, your free little star rider, but I feel like it should be longer. You're only getting three or so days to really explore the game and see if it had life to it. You should get more time, more than 3 days. Most games at least give a 7-week trial. It's 7 to 14 weeks, not 7 to 14 weeks, 7 to 14 days to experience and know what the game's like. You get 3 days, I think, for StarStable, and I don't think truly that is enough. I think they should get more and have more to explore and endure so the game doesn't just rot in their computer like it did mine for years. I've only gotten Star Rider this December. My account has been made since 2020, and I've had an account before that was made in 2019 or so. 2018, 2019. I do think if the game had more things for starters to experience before they fully commit to buying $70 membership, then more starters would actually commit to the game instead of just undownloading it from their computer once their trial ends. So I do agree with that take. There should be a lot more for starters to experience, explore, and endure so they can know if they actually like the game, or at least just play without Star Rider until they can afford it. Because once again, this is a take that a lot of people agree with. Star Coin, Star Rider is all extremely expensive, extremely overpriced for no reason. Inflation is crazy on this game and is way overpriced. So I do agree with that take. As we are finishing this last race, I would like to thank you so, and I mean so very much for watching this video. And I hope you did really enjoy it. If you did, please leave a comment down below and like and subscribe. With all further ado, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye!